now you're tuned into $1 million worth of game.
Yes, sir.
Now listen, man.
With $1 million worth of game, these niggas. Oh, he came back with that
Listen,
one,
man,
baby.
It's going down, man. $1 million worth of game. We got Chainz in here. From the rip, my favorite verse ever from Chainz was on Mercy. Okay. That was like you just took off on niggas on that joint. You waited. Kanye built that shit up. And you just went the fuck berserk on that joint. That was like one of the greatest. I was in jail when that shit came out. I was listening. I was like, damn, he went. But what I like about you is this. You represent something outside of music for people. People will look at Chainz, damn, 2 Chainz. No. What he represents is never too late to be great.
Mm-hmm.
He represent basically the rebranding of life. He was able to rebrand himself, come back out, come out stronger. And for somebody to say, okay, his renovation game is legendary. How he's able to just, be at a certain point and say, switch it, reintroduce something and put it out there, and everybody strongly embrace it. So I'm gonna salute you for that, because that's major. That's, we live in this fucking game. It's a black coach, it's an age game. You can't do this. Once you intro the first time,
There's limits to your shit.
You only gotta introduce yourself one time, but you created that possibilities. Like I'm talking about, it's endless, because it's like we put this age bracket, we put this limit on shit. We already seen you. You know how he is, nigga. You ain't nothing new. But you was able to reprogram that shit, come back out, and just splash on motherfuckers. And it just gotta salute you for that, because that's major, man. And look at you, still here. Decades later, you're still here.
Thank you.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Roman Swipes. One thing about Roman Swipes, let me get one right here. See this? You can hide this in your wallet. You can have it in your pocket. You can have it in a small pocket. And when you know it's going down tonight, and you start hearing that song play in your mind.
Swipe me down, SWIPEDOWN, player, that's me. Swipe me down, SWIPEDOWN, player, that's me. Swipe me down.
Now, listen, man.
Swipe me down. Wait, I like that.
Yeah, you kept going, man, but I gotta tell him, man. I'm talking about this for all you guys that never make it to the halftime show, because you be on the bench. You get in the game and you get right out. I'm talking about you're going in 60 seconds, man. And she's looking at you. She don't listen. She's looking at you in a different way. She told her girlfriends about you and things is not happening now. You wonder why she's not taking your calls. She don't respond to your texts no more, because you got in the game. You didn't perform. I'm talking about you didn't get no yards, man. I'm talking about no yardage in the game. I'm talking about, listen, penalty on the field. I'm talking about, listen, you're coming up short. Listen, man. Roman Swipes, clinically proven to help you last longer and stay stronger. What are you waiting for? You need to go to getroman.com/game. And right now, when you choose a monthly plan, I'm talking about $5 for your first month. I'm talking about they're going to hook you up. They're going to hook you up. Roman Swipes. Stop playing games. Get in the game. Roman Swipes. I'm talking about, a good, 100,000 rappers done went through since you walked in?
100,000. Shit, that was last week.
100,000 rappers done went through. Motherfuckers still here to still be here and to be able to build business. We've been to this restaurant about, you never was there, though. We were there like 6, 7, 8 times.
Man, Gilly said he saw me in there.
I was there.
I wasn't there that time.
Yeah, you didn't come that time.
Man, I had to apologize, but you can go on and continue bragging on me. Go ahead.
No. So we go in the joint. I'm going to give him his props. We're going to salute him. Listen, so when we go in there, 2 times we had to leave because it was too many fucking people.
Yes, it was.
It was just too many. Motherfucker run, he got the munchies. I'm just trying to eat some crab cakes and shit. Because I done been there before. My man, shout out to my man 15. He took me there. Carmen 15 took me to there. He said, yo, come on, I got the spot, man. Come on, man. You got Escobar. You got to go here. He took me there. I'm like, damn, I ain't know about this, because I used to be on Peter Street right near Pee Wee Longway spot.
Yeah.
But back when I was there, you ain't have it there. So when I doubled back, he like, yo, this spot. We went in there one day. It was a good vibe. The women was lovely in there. They was real nice.
Yeah.
They mannerism. And they was nice to the eyes, so it was a good situation.
Good decorations in it.
It was some nice decorating. They decorate the scenery with some nice, But it's like, well, what I love is that how you just keep building. You're doing deals with Versace, you're doing brand deals, the fashion. That's major, man. Like that's major. So I got to salute you, because a lot of dudes need to take notes on the aspect of a business. Not a rapper, a business, a company, a corporation. Right. So we got to salute you for that.
Let me ask you this question. When you said, because when we first started kicking it, you was Titty Boy. When you said, I'm coming back as 2 Chainz, did you think the transition was going to be that smooth? Or do you just was like, man, I'm just doing something different, man. Fuck it, I'm 2 Chainz now. Like, how did it go about?
I don't know how I actually came up with the name 2 Chainz, but I always knew I had the it factor, whatever the it factor was. I felt like I can come into the room, ever since the 8th grade. feel like I could sit at a lunch table by myself and it'd be crowded in 10, 15 minutes because people wanted to be around me. But I just couldn't figure out what it was. I just knew I had, I love basketball. I love trapping.
Did you have a game?
Trapping.
Was your game strong?
I mean, I'm somebody that was born naturally talented basketball, but when I was playing basketball, I also hustled at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So I got a scholarship and everything, but I didn't necessarily like work on my game past practice. When I became a rapper, I went cold turkey on hustling. I put all my energy in this, and this is where it got me. So I don't know what it would have got me with basketball, but when teachers ask what you want to do when you grow up, I never said a job or anything. It would be, basketball, because I thought that was the closest thing to what I might be. But, as Titty Boy, people naturally love me, like my peers. I know you as Titty Boy, people love me. You know what I'm saying? But I would see, I studied psychology in college, and I could look at facial expressions and body language. That's a form of communication. And, I say my name Titty Boy, and they'll do something. And it just wasn't. It was literally like the whole cliche of judging a book by its cover.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And soon as, I'm talking about 60 seconds after me being professionally known as 2 Chainz, my life changed. Straight up.
Like immediately.
Immediately. It was. I mean, that's a really good name, obviously. And then I'm saying 2 Chainz, and I'm wearing them, and everything is adding up. But like, as soon as I, changed the name, like, because you got to think, I got signed based off. So I'm in this neighborhood, right? Quick story. I'm in a neighborhood that the airport is gonna pay you to move. They're going to come into these apartments, and they're going to give us a check so you can get a house, because they need to use this land to build a runway. And so at this time, Ludacris, who was Chris Lover, moved into my apartments just to get a check. Like, he was that smart. I was already staying there, but I known him already, and I had worked on this compilation, which, really like a mixtape. My first song I ever recorded was on this project. And I got all this feedback. Like, people were saying, that's good. That's good. And so, briefly after that, they started talking about, let's try to get a record deal. But, everybody, my mom calling me Tit, and the whole neighborhood called me Titty Boy, all this. So by the time that we started doing paperwork and all that, I don't have a rap name. I'm just like, I don't have like MC. I don't even have that. I'm not really. I wasn't doing ciphers. I remember y'all used to do ciphers. Like, I wasn't even sure if I was a rapper, because I wouldn't hurry up and get in the cipher. I didn't do rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? And but when I changed my name, my life changed. For real. I'm still Tit though, like everybody.
Yeah, everybody. He's still Titty, Titty Boy.
Now, before we get in, because I got a big question to ask him. It got something to do with Gil in Atlanta. This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Boost Mobile. One thing about Boost Mobile, listen. If you want to, I'm talking about you're mobile, you want to be connected on another level, and you want your lines to be boosted up, you need to get with Boost Mobile. What are you waiting for? Stop playing games. Right now, what you need to go to boostmobile.com/today. I'm talking about, listen, I'm talking about, this is like next level. Boost Mobile is not playing no games. I'm talking about, you can switch right now, $15 a month when you switch. They're going to take care of you. I'm talking about, you get, Boost Mobile gives you more power to save. For only $50 a month, you get unlimited data, talk, text, and America's largest and fastest 5G network. What are you waiting for? We're talking about Boost Mobile. Stop playing games. Switch to Boost Mobile today and find out what more power feel like. Boost Mobile give you more power to pay as you go, as you please. Think about that. Boost Mobile give you more power. And what you waiting for?
Is that the same Boost Mobile that sponsored our tour?
Boost Mobile is all that. They was our partners doing $1 million worth of game live tour, 10 cities. They sponsored it. And you know what they did?
When we sold out all the cities?
Yes, they boosted us up.
Yes, they did.
Because Boost Mobile boosted us up. And they had your birthday party when we sold the Met out. One thing, what are you waiting for? What you need to go to is boostmobile.com today. Stop playing. Boost Mobile. Now, so this back when you was Titty Boy. One of our friends, one of our big homies, he used to live in Atlanta, right? And he was major. He was major for himself. And he mentioned you, right? He mentioned you. You know where I'm going, Gil.
I don't, but.
No, I'm the fuck out of here. You going? He said, man, I used to fuck with Titty heavy. That was my man. I said, damn, what was? He said he used to look out for me. He said he used to look out for me. Right. Now, we going to go to Gilly B on Instagram saying that Atlanta got all the dookie weed. Listen, now listen. So you know where I'm going at. I ain't saying you already know. Listen, you know
Man, you
where
can
I'm
say it,
no,
man.
fuck that. Listen, Titty used to have some, you understand?
Titty had the weed.
Had some good shit.
That's how I got in the game though.
That's some good shit.
That's how I mean. Besides,
Shit was
that
20
little
years
mixtape,
ago, but this shit legal now.
Nah. I mean, in Atlanta, they ain't even tripping. They do like right now. It really ain't no good packs in Atlanta.
Whoa, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't bullshit there. He must smoke real weed.
Yeah, but you know my stuff is there. You know what I'm saying? And I, you know.
What's,
Gilly, all you got to do is hit me.
Say no more.
What's your stuff? What's the name of it?
This stuff that I like to smoke.
Oh,
Say no more.
I thought it was like a certain type of,
you know.
I thought it was
we
company.
you know, we ain't gonna get caught up in the names. We like
we like good
shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what happened now, we're in the industry where now they really marketing majors. You come up with a good name and packaging, you can sell. You can sell a mid to somebody and have them thinking that it's good. So I don't even get caught up into
but how you were saying it, I thought you might have had your own strain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was working on my own strain. It's called Gas, and I had 87, 89, and 93, but I'm revamping that with somebody that could provide and hold up to inventory of what I was getting rid of them on the streets. You know good damn well they ain't gonna stand a dispensary if I come up with an idea.
Right.
So you got to be able to keep up with what I got going on.
Right, so the whole motherfucking Atlanta don't be fucking mad at me no more.
No, it's
2 Chainz. He just told y'all.
No, it ain't a lot of good. You got to know the 1 or 2 people that got the good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else just really.
Everybody got them Dookie and designer bags. Come on, come on. They got the bags, the packaging in Atlanta.
My partner
is
do the
fucking
packaging.
Remarkable.
My partner Cat One do the packaging.
Cat One that used to do the music.
I'm talking about
Cat One do the packaging for all that.
He got them. What's them called? Malard bags.
You got all the little bags with the.
He know I be fascinated by the bags.
A nigga in Atlanta will bring you some shit like, hold on, nigga. He'll pull that shit
It'll be
out.
in a gold case.
Listen, he'll pull that shit out of the bag this deaf. It'll be a little coffin. The weed will be in a nigga this deaf, nigga.
Yeah, know how to sell it. You gotta know how to sell it.
Nigga,
man.
you smoke that shit. You like that? This shit deaf in my fucking throat because this shit killing my shit.
Oh man, no, we you know, I can't. I have to hold up my end of the bargain. I came in the game like being that kind of guy. So, you know, man, I think I'm reputable and people know what they gonna get if they even hang out with me, smoke.
Yeah, he said that.
I'm keeping real. I think you had better weed back in the day than these niggas.
Man, I did. I had, you know what was going on. You know where I was around, Gilly.
They had better weed back in the day than these niggas got now, man. 20-something years later, man. I'm telling you.
I think it's just hard because it's so easily accessible and that shit everywhere now.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know what you, and like he said, we living in the world where it's though the look is the hook. So if that shit packaged, they feel like, oh yeah, they got the good logo on there.
Yeah, and weed is now used for, you know, different purposes.
Yeah.
You know, you got one for stress, for calmness, for sleep. They got all these different categories when normally it was just like, which one gonna get you there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still on that one. Which one gonna get
Which
me?
one you gonna get you there? Right. I need to be high as a mini skirt.
Now, you know what I like to talk about? When we talk about longevity in the game, I like to talk about artists and how they do these business pivot, how they able to pivot. When did you start getting in the game? You were like, I gotta have my own studio. I gotta have my own restaurant. When did you start? Because I'm seeing dudes, you know, and you see it. I done seen artists that I done been up on, they're interviewing whatever. They go from a year and a half ago getting 30,000 a show. Now they wiped out. You don't see them. They done. Because ain't nobody. When did you say I got to pivot and I got to take this fucking money so I could be here forever?
That's a good question, brother. All right, so when I did sell the weed, I was selling the packs. I started. That's how I even met Wayne, through Baby. I booked my session at Patchwork. Gilly, know.
Mm-hmm.
Patchwork,
I booked my session at Patchwork, and I was in the B room smoking. And Baby, he wasn't smoking at the time, but he had a bunch of guys with him. You know what I'm saying? That smoked, and so they was like, you know, who got that? I came to the back. I met Baby and whatever, and I ended up going to New Orleans shortly after that, and that's how I met Wayne. But for the most part, when I had my deal with DTP, I used to have to ask for studio time. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how bad I wanted to rap, I had to go through a protocol, which is cool. I had to call this person, and then they would let me know if I could rap that night. You know what I'm saying? And man, Dollaz was like, man, we need to get our own spot, because primarily we still was trapping, so we needed a spot to hang out at during the day. You know, we just needed a spot. You know what I'm saying? And so we ended up getting a spot It's called 5540. It's off Old National, and I got the jury pieces, and I talk about it sometimes. So we end up getting this spot, and we got it late at night one time. And when we first got the spot, it was late at night, and it was wintertime, and we went and got these little heaters from Walmart, and we just sat in there and damn near got sick, just smoking, just like, this is our spot. And it took us over a year to put a studio in there, man. We literally, like, built a relationship with Guitar Center, and, you know, we just was paying for this stuff ourselves, but we really hustling. And I'm really trying to wait on him to go in half, because we got to do the, like, half, you know what I mean? And we ended up getting a studio, and once I owned the studio, I went on tour with Wayne, and I learned what to do with the studio. It was just a spot before, and I rapped, but I did not rap every day. Okay. Like, it's a job. Like, you know, I get it. Like, this a job. I don't supposed to be like rapping only on Wednesday. What the fuck wrong with me? How I'm gonna get some
every day? Yeah,
so I had a studio. I owned it, and I did. You know, Wayne did Duffel Bad Boys for me. So he goes on tour, and the first night he does my verse on stage. Like, I heard like somebody like, Wayne did your verse. I'm like, damn, people already thought the nigga wrote my verse, because it was high level. You know, walking to the Gucci store, I'm home, popping shit. You know, I'm really living like that. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to him. He was like, bro, I can't just like stop on the hook. Like, if you don't come out here, I'm gonna have to do your verse. So I ended up going on tour with him, and then just watching him get off stage, eat, shower, whatever, and rap to the next morning. Like, I go to sleep, wake up home, still rapping, sell 1 million records a week. He's still rapping. And I started, you know, I really started analyzing my call, like people I had on my phone. I started building up this thing where it was, you know, Baby, you know, Diddy, Wayne, and I'm looking at this, and although I don't know what their account got, I know they millionaires. Yeah. I know they millionaires. I know these guys are millionaires, and I'm saying, I got to be one of them motherfuckers. I got to be one of them motherfuckers. I got to figure out a way to get me some millions. So when I went back home, I went cold turkey on the weed, and niggas thought I was joking, man. Come on, man, come on with the bullshit, bro. Give me. I'm like, bro, I'm finna do this rap shit. You know, the whole studio, they still doing what we doing, but I don't sell weed no more. Like, you know, really had to make an adjustment, because I was selling so much weed that I'd come back and then tell you to give me a zip, because I wasn't opening none of the weed up. I was taking I was selling just whole I wasn't selling slick. I ain't need, you know.
You ain't got to get it.
Yeah, so, you know, I can now, you know. And, and then I wake up, I say, man, I'm gonna go, you know, cold turkey. And they like, man, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you now, my verse is gonna cost more than a brick. They're gonna cost more than a bell. They're gonna watch my verse. I'm just thinking, my 16, I had a conversation with a nigga in the trap about that. You know what I mean?
How that conversation go?
I can actually have them tell you, but it was memorable, because it was like some go head on shit, because I've been hustling literally since the 7th grade under my mom's supervision. Me and my mama even went in on dope before, and we've been busted before, so we had that, you know what I'm saying, that kind of relationship. I got locked up in my 10th grade year in school for possession of cocaine. That's after they busted me in my mom's house. They came to the school and got me. Then I got locked up my senior year in school for selling weed. That really kind of fucked up my basketball scholarship opportunities, and then I end up getting derailed. But man, I wouldn't change a thing. I really just learned how to make rap a business. What you said, I learned how to make this a business. Like, you don't clock in or clock out. Like, anybody that do music that can't get up and just be sporadic and just go do this, it's really not, you know, made for. And you can have kids and stuff too, but you gonna need a partner to hold you down. Like, rap is the most sporadic thing, and you gotta be able to do that to be successful. You gotta be able to, you know what I'm saying, fly here, you gotta be able to move, you gotta be able to go to the studio tonight. You can't be like, you can't have like rap and then act like you got another job to do be successful. Like, you gotta, like, I hate when niggas it's starting to get late. So I'm gonna get on out of here. And like, go what and do what? Go home and go to sleep?
Right.
Yeah.
The fuck you finna do? You know what I mean? So
if this what you doing?
Yeah, this is the job, bro. Like, you just don't like come back in. Like, so I've been on the clock literally since I went on tour with Wayne around 2008. I've been on the clock. I landed at 12 last night. I went to the fucking studio. I talked to my boy Clue. He was like, got a new club. I was like, I'm gonna be at the studio. Yeah, and I know my album out, but this what I do. I like nice things. I still.
Well, you getting that deluxe ready? That's all. Shit.
Yeah, I like nice things. I be like looking on. I got an iPad set up in my studio, and I just look at big houses that ain't nobody got no business living in, but I look at them and I got 11
motivation.
Cars. I got 11 cars, but I be looking at the newest one, and I just be looking at watches and shit. I want some more, and the only way I know how to get some more is to work for it. Ain't nobody just said
ain't pass you nothing.
They don't do that.
He's just so nice.
I wish they would do that. Somebody just throw me
$1
a
million.
Fuck
Nobody ever did that.
Ever, nigga.
Wallow, I love the way you change your life around. Here's $1 million.
No, ain't nobody gonna do that. You gotta put the work in.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by New
Amsterdam vodka.
Now, life ain't going your way.
Shout out to New Amsterdam vodka.
You caught your bitch cheating today.
Shout out to New Amsterdam vodka.
You thought your check was coming in the mail and that bitch didn't come your way.
Shout out to New Amsterdam vodka.
It's only distilled 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times, and it's filtered 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3. For a clean, crisp finish, so you could drink it straight up. You could drink it on the rocks. You could make a classic New Amsterdam Mule, however you want to play. And it's also great for pre-gaming when you're getting ready for to watch, because the Sixers, James Harden, and Joel Embiid, you know what I mean? Get right. Championship coming, but that's something else. When you're out and about at your local liquor store, make sure you pick you up some New Amsterdam vodka, the official vodka of Barstool Sports. Yes. But hold on, before you go any further, I want to say this to all the youngins, man. Sometimes in your life, because I don't want this to go over y'all head, what 2 Chainz said. So sometimes I got to break shit down in the literalist form so y'all can understand it. Sometimes you come to a point in life where you got to make a motherfucking decision, man. He had to make a decision. His decision was, do I want to be straight or do I want to be great? I'm straight right now selling weed. I'm good. But this shit over here can make me great. It's a difference.
Yeah.
He had to make that decision. That nigga went back into an atmosphere. I want all the youngest to understand this. He went into an atmosphere where all his homies still want just to be straight. And the nigga said, nah, I'm cool on that shit. Man, you tripping, nigga. You be back. No. I got a bigger vision. Sometimes niggas can't see your motherfucking vision, man. So when a nigga can't see your vision, when you go to them and they don't understand your vision, that ain't to derail you from still seeing your vision, because another motherfucker can't see through your eyes. So sometimes it's up to you to make the decision where you going at in life. He made the right decision. I could sell this weed, I could be straight, or I could do this shit over here and put my all into it and be great, man. I can guarantee, one thing I can guarantee you is if he would have stayed on the straight path, he wouldn't have half the shit he got right now that he got this on that great path. So, youngins, when it come to you and you got to make that decision, make the right motherfucking decision, man.
And one of the things, what he said was this. He popping, he on tour with Wayne and them. You know how the street game go, Chainz. If you got the pack, and your name popping, more niggas want to say, I'm grabbing from such and such. So the money coming, I'm talking about the money coming from all fucking angles, because you used to have 5 motherfuckers or 10 motherfuckers you're dealing with. Now you got 40 because they want to be able to say, I just grabbed from Chainz. Yep. So to be able to stop at that moment when your name popping, that's discipline. And this shit takes discipline.
And rest in peace to my pop. My pop got out of prison in 03. I moved him with me, right? And he a street dude. Like when he passed, I found a couple bags and some money, because he was dealing with my people, you know what I'm saying? 70-some-year-old man, you know what I'm saying? And I was getting this money, right? I remember getting past $250. I had $250, right? Then I had a total of 3 safes. I had, a safe put up where I had it put up. I had another safe put up, and then I had a dummy safe with like 20 grand in it, and I had that in my bathroom under the sink just for the robbers. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
I think on point.
Yeah, just like I had.
Now that's $1 million worth of game.
That's $1 million worth of game right there. I had a safe for the safe and then another safe for
so
just
I got
for the
a big
robbers.
safe. I got a big safe. I got 100 and something in. I got another safe. You know what I'm saying? I got 100 and something in. Then I got the small little bitty safe that you could take, and it had like 20 grand in it. And that was just in case, because I'm from a neighborhood where it'd be your own people.
It's always your own people.
It'd be your own people. So in my mind, if something ever happened, it was like, take this.
Here you go.
And leave. You know what I'm saying? It's small, it's money, it's not all the money, but thank God that never happened to me.
Yeah.
So I had this safe. But so now I'm running out of places to keep money, right? I'm still staying in a neighborhood where the houses are around 140, 160, which is good back then when I'm doing my thing. I got my own house. I got a two-car garage. I got a basement, probably about 160. So then I got this dog pen in the back. My dad taking care of my dogs, but I'm like, so I get to 300. I got 300 cash, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't really fucking with my money no more, because the dude I was messing with, he's sending me 40, 50 without no money no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like sitting at the end of the bed counting all this money. Keisha thinking like, we rich. Half of this stuff belong to most of it belong to the plug. Like 80% of this money, I'm sitting at the end of the bed, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't have to touch your money. I'm just really adding to my money. So I'm really like, damn. I've seen these little movies where they bury money.
Oh, I'm getting it.
Where they bury money. So I say, forget. I was like, but I don't trust my dad like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know what the fuck you saying. I know exactly what you said.
That's crazy.
Every motherfucker body that grew up in a black home know what you say.
I'm like, if he helped me put this money up, I'm gonna come back. That shit gonna fuck around and be gone one day. Cause I had already bought him a car, right? I bought him a car when he got out. It was like a Ford Taurus. And then, like his birthday on Christmas. And one day I see, Cadillac came out with like the new Cadillac coupe, whatever. So I come home one day and it's a Cadillac with a red ribbon on it. And I just got to be one of the most naive niggas in the world. I come home and I think it's my uncle's car. So I'm like, whose car is this? He don't even tell me like shit. I'm like, whose car is this? And then, my dad he was short. My dad's 5'9", light skinned, totally opposite of me, you know what I'm saying? But he had a super anger problem. So he go, it's my fucking car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Shit, I'm 70-something years. I want something I want. I was like, shit, all right, well, what a car bought you? I traded it in. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? The car I was spent was like $5,000. He done took that trade in, got him a Cadillac, because he hustling, he know my partners now, they his partners. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to stash some money in my yard, and I just didn't feel comfortable telling him, and Lord, please forgive me, but I didn't feel comfortable. So it started feeling like it was about time. Because I felt like, honestly, bro, the way I was going, I felt like I was about to be a millionaire in the streets. Like, I was right down the street. I'm like 3-something, you know what I'm saying? 3-something. And it's really like, what's next? 4-something, then like half a million.
Because, in the streets, if you got 3-something, you got your jewelry, you got your crib,
you got
I got a Beamer. I got a Beamer. Yeah, I'm
like,
there.
I'm that cat.
I'm there. I got a good, decent Cali plug. You know what I'm saying? Real decent, and how we getting them to me. It's just, man, I really changed the game. I'm really like a myth to young niggas. Like, once they see me, they like, I heard so much about you. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, that angle right there. But anyway, that was some of the things that led me to being cold turkey. I had some money. I had a car. I had a house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody straight. And I'm running out of places to actually put money. It's just a situation where you just knew it was a matter of time before it was gonna slip away from you.
Yeah.
I think when I came to your studio one time, Tech brought me, and I seen it. To see it is different because you hear about it in so many rappers. You hear it in songs so many times. Street is you hear it, but I don't think people understand the money when you sending them invoices back to the labels for that motherfucking studio time.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they understand. I was at my homeboy Pop studio, and he had to send an invoice to. I said, God damn.
Yeah.
You mean the boy that was just in here? This, that? The bag on the studio shit is just like unbelievable, and I don't think people understand it.
I think, and another thing I think is when you own a studio, I think you can have maximum creativity.
Yes.
For more
Got
than,
your own room.
For more than one reason, you're able to maybe, stop an idea, maybe get back to it later. You're able to
When you want to.
Yeah. When you book studio time, I booked studio time when I landed last night. I didn't even pee because it's on the clock. And if I really would have had to pee, I would have peed. But like now you're spending 250-some hours, so it's like, bitch, pull that up.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that up. No matter how rich I am, we're not just finna be in here hanging out. I seen them invoices too, and that's what made me, get my own spot. And then, I just told you what made me go from hustling out the spot that was called a studio to actually using it as a studio, and everything changed for me.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Wood Grooming. You need to check Wood Grooming out at woodgrooming.com. They also got all their products at CVS. Wood Grooming, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about new men's grooming line, offering products across hair, body, beard, shave. I'm talking about anything you're trying to do. With Wood products, you'll look best, smell best, and you'll feel best.
So you want to smell good? You want to smell good?
Now you have all you need. I'm talking about to live your best.
Yeah,
I'm talking about everything they got going on. I'm talking about they just got the good smell goods.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's about smelling good. You got to smell good. You might be going on a date. You got to be smelling right. You can't be running around here playing games. I'm talking about they got everything. I'm talking about shampoos, conditioners. I'm talking about they got everything. Body wash, deodorant, moisturizers, face wash, face scrubs. I'm talking about everything you need to get right. Conditioners, oils, shaving cream, all products, $15 or less. That's what's so good about it. It's $15 or less. You go to your CVS and get it. But also check them out on social media. If you think I'm playing games, go to Wood Grooming on Instagram. You go to Twitter. You go to YouTube. Go check them out, man. They got everything you need right now. But you also could just go to your CVS, Wood Grooming.
And I guarantee you there's some growth in there too, because I'm guaranteed at some point you used to go to the studio that she used to be $250 an hour. You used to chill in there, smoke weed. The homies come through, niggas stop through. You play 1,000 songs. You chilling. You leave out the studio. You leave out the studio. You ain't did shit. You done gave up $2,500.
Yeah, man. That studio it's a good.
You and your
hustle,
niggas just
man.
kicked it.
Yeah, it's a good hustle. It's like
yes, it is.
A lot of people gonna try it. But, I feel like if you're going to try, you got to be able to invest in yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that show people how serious you are. You got to be able to put your teeth in the game a little bit. You know what I mean? Any artist, whether you buying studio time or buying your own spot, you got to spend some money on yourself, man, for anybody to believe that shit.
Yeah, that's real.
For me, I feel like when you get your own studio, you get the freest version of you. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be free. You at the crib, you're going to be willing to try different shit. You in your whole element. You know the engineer. You fully comfortable with everything. So you cool with, let me just try some shit. If it come out whack, then fuck it. Only my niggas heard it, but I was just trying some shit, to be different. So, I feel like when you got your own studio, you be the freest version of you, like, because you could just do whatever. It's going to be, all right, fuck it. Y'all going to laugh about it? Oh, no, that shit ain't come out hot. You do that shit at one of these studios in New York, nigga still got the session, low key. You know what I mean? Just 6 months later, he put the shit out. Yeah, you don't even know how the shit got leaked. You like, what the fuck?
Got Gilly singing and shit. Yeah.
Right. So, when you get your own studio, man, you can really just operate at your own time, your own pace, really do your own thing. And it don't cost that much. Back in the day, studios used to cost an asshole full of money. Now you get a studio for $5,000, man.
But see, one thing I like about Chainz is not just that type shit. Like you with these brands is just ridiculous. The way you be partnering up sneakers, you be doing all type of shit. Crystal, you know what I mean? It's jumping off. This creative director here. Like what? Like how do you? I understand you and Tech been together for a long time. First of all, what is the importance of that? Having a good manager. Like
you need a good team. You need somebody that's great at what they do in every position. I think I'm trying to master that. I'm close to mastering that. That if you get a manager, you need him to be the best version of himself. If you road manager, if you get a photographer, if you get an engineer, whatever it is, they have to do what they do at a very high level to match the greatness that you're trying to put out. And Tech and Street Execs and we've been together since maybe 2010. I was approached by them, by basically them. They telling me that I was a star. They see that I'm a star. They could see it, and it's like something Tech and I have been talking about recently is about being inside the bottle versus being, outside the bottle. And when you inside the bottle, sometimes you might don't know that you a star. You know what I'm saying? So it felt good to be approached and told something that I was already confident about. And so, we basically shook on it, man. I told them if they could bring some value to me, give me some shows or whatever, we was gonna rock out. And we've been around the sun, 5-10 times. So.
At what point though, like you made the transition from Titty to 2 Chainz? When you made the transition, at what point did you was like, okay, nigga, I'm in? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That moment,
like that moment, where like, okay,
yeah,
this shit going down now. Nigga, I'm in. I crossed the line.
Oh man, during this time, Gilly, I'm getting called every day from somebody that just popping though.
Yeah.
You got to think I'm still inside the bottle. I don't know.
Right.
So I got everybody just like, man, you popping. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you name it. I'm talking about you name it.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
And that was a sense of reassurance. That was a sense of confidence. And then anytime I needed a feature, or people started asking me for features, which really started resonating. And even when I did Mercy, which you talked about earlier, that was an invite. It was almost like going through like an orientation at a university, right? Because I get called to a hotel. And they tell me Ye is there, but Ye's not there, you know what I'm saying? But they got studios set up on the top floor, you know what I'm saying? And my room was across the street from the studio, and it had everybody in there from, Tiana to Saha and a few other people that I may be missing. But they built a studio in there, and, I don't even want to brag on myself. But as you know, I did, I had a highlight reel. I just had a great day. They was pulling up songs, and niggas thought I had these verses already written, how I was coming off the top, smashing this shit. Now I see somebody go call, and then I guess they'll pull up. I guess Jay tell me pull up another song. I knock that bitch out. Hell, go to another room, man. They done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just have so many memories of so much stuff that I talk about is based off like it's not hard for me to do stuff because I've lived long enough, which is a blessing. And I've been through a lot of ups and downs, real good stuff, real, valleys and peaks. So I'm able to put this in my music, and I'm educated. I'm an educated street nigga. I'm a super fucking hero. They don't just make this. I literally have a fucking scholarship in psychology, and I done did that in the streets. Like I have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I know this, and at this time, I go do, and Mercy was one of the songs I did that night, and I ended up getting a call. And this is before I even putting out my first album. They like, this Mercy song gonna be a single. But, by then I'm in my bag. I'm working with some of the biggest and best artists in the world. Drake blessing me with No Lie. Just all this stuff that's just happening at the right time. It's starting to feel the same way now. Like I'm real spiritual, and I just really be moving off like momentum and feelings and energy. And right now, like what you said about me, like, rebranding myself, I do that probably every 2 or 3 years. Like I'm a real businessman. Like the stuff that I do in rap is what they do in businesses. I just incorporated in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like this is what businesses do. They done changed the whole name on Facebook right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? And just like you just got to know how to do that. And I do that. This will probably be this album feels so good. Like the feedback I'm getting, the rollout. And that's what it's supposed to do. This music, I don't supposed to be stressing. I'm a millionaire. I don't supposed to be worried about if I'm having no op or no fuck shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
I'm good. So, just to answer your question, man, it just started, I felt it. I started, feeling it.
You needed that. How important was that reinsurance though?
It's always
when
important.
Niggas calling you, when you first getting in the game and niggas calling you like, nigga, you hot. Yo, I fuck with you. And you like, nigga, this Drake on the phone, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck?
Oh, yo, nigga, you that shit. Yo.
Well, the interesting thing about Drake is he was on tour with Wayne when I told y'all I went out there. That's when I met Drake.
Yeah.
So I knew everybody on Young Money for the most part, and I'm not sure if I knew Nicki yet, but she was on tour. So when I first saw Drake on stage, I thought because a lot of people from New Orleans, they're Creole, like, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that just because he was like low light skin or whatever, I thought he was like one of Wayne's like Young Money partners from you know, New Orleans. But you know, like I would be, when I was on tour, I would be with Wayne all the time. Like on the, he had his own personal bus and he had a studio bus. I lived on the studio bus, so we spent a lot of time together. And I remember Wayne watching a show that they just did like the night before, and I remember him saying, like it was yesterday, it might have been Ohio, and Drake came out with like a maybe Ohio State shirt on, you know what I'm saying? And I remember Wayne saying like, this boy here, a genius, like he gets it, you know what I'm saying? And they were playing like his album, you know, I Want to Be Successful, all these stuff on the album. And so I heard it and I just knew he was like really well grown when it come to rap. But I met him then, and so when I started, let me see, if I meet Drake around 07, 08, I started, you know, popping a couple of years later. It was cool to run back into him on some day one shit, and it wasn't hard to get that done.
Like then we both was kicking it when we wasn't on.
Yeah, we both was on the bus, walking through the crowd with no security, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he was super piped up, and I'm on my way up. So he does, you know, he still does a good job of pulling people.
Like it's funny because Gil always say that, like, shout out to Drake, because with Drake, dude, he one of the dudes that he'll see an artist on the ground and go pick him up.
No,
he did that with, if you look at certain people's songs he jumped on from 21, Block Boy, Migo, he just always do that. Baby, you know, even though Baby wasn't that, but still he know how to hit you right there and give you that shot, and you be, he gets you out of here.
It's a unique place that he's in, and I don't know how he knows it, or it's just got a good heart or whatever, but a lot of stuff you're right. A lot of stuff that he touches, it. I mean, from then on, it's almost like he's taking the training wheels off. You know what I'm saying? You ought to be able to ride from there. If you can't hold that bike up after that, it's really like you got to look at yourself.
Right.
Yeah, because you got to give people something to land on. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Who the top 5 artists you work with in the game?
The top 5 artists that I've worked with personally in the game would be obviously Wayne. It would be Kanye West. It would be Drake.
See, this way it get juicy. I think you get the first 3 out.
It's over.
Then it's when it get juicy.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Now we talking about artists that I like working with. Artists. Oh yeah, Quavo. Absolutely. Okay. Quavo, one of my favorite. We was just in the studio the other night.
Quavo hard.
Yep. My brother never switched. And then that's 4. And who somebody else that pulled up on me at the crib and we had a good time. I like working with. Well, he's a producer. Pharrell is a producer, but he's an artist. Let me think of somebody else.
Feds Watching was the shit too.
Yeah,
that was that production and the way he was laying on that one. Yeah. That was strong.
Yeah, I wanted to do good in front of him because I knew he worked with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when I rap in front of, like I just did in front of Timberland. I like to the producer. I like when to pull up the beat and I do a song in front of him because I just know y'all been in front of like all the
everybody
the best, and so like. Pharrell left a Grammys party or something when I was in the studio smoking. And he told me later that he's never been around that much smoke, even, you know, fucking with Snoop. So that's why the beat kind of had like a Caribbean vibe to it. Crazy. He said that's why he made it like, because when I got there, I played my album. When he got there, I played my album. Then he told them full tuxedo to bring out, you know, MPs and all this, and he's making a beat, and I'm writing a song in my head, and
that shit was just crazy.
At this time, I don't have as many gigabytes as I just could remember. Like I could write a song, be like, wait till you track it out, whatever, send it, you know. So at this time, I'm like, man, he needs to hurry up and pull this up, you know what I mean? And I do this verse, and you know, it later become, you know, Feds Watching, but like he's somebody that I enjoy working with because he don't want to do nothing regular. He don't want to do the first thing that come to your mind. He doesn't want to do that. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. So that would probably be.
What producer worked you the hardest?
Producer that worked me the hardest.
No, nigga, that ain't it. Do it over again. You like, wait, nigga, I just did it 46 times. What the fuck is going on?
No one has ever told me to do a verse over, man. One time I did
No, I'm not saying like go write the verse over. Yeah. But you know, you might rap it and no, do it you a little bit more energy, you know.
Yeah, man. Oh, Dr. Dre.
Oh, Dr. Dre.
All right, there we go.
What did he tell you?
There we go. Because I'm like, hold on. There's always one producer that's also, they always on that.
Man, Dr. Dre sat right here.
And what did he tell you?
I was right here.
And what he told you?
Just like.
Come on, man. Take that shit back.
Yeah. And like.
Do it over.
So really, I was trying to explain to Dr. Dre that a Southern black kid with an overbite is gonna sound different than a suburban white kid from Detroit. It's just we're gonna enunciate or whatever, pronunciate stuff different. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, "No, just say it like this," and I'd be like, "Man, it was such a great experience."
But it was so hard. Dre wanted him to say shit the proper way.
He just want me to, and he wants me to stack it a few. I'm somebody I might do one pass, just my voice. I just like people to hear just that one voice, little rebirth. But he's like, stack it again. I'm not good at saying the same thing the same way, over. Stack it one more time. Like, damn, this is 5 times.
Yeah, you like fuck.
I'm like, wow, I don't normally. I wish I could. I probably could be on another song in my own studio.
Yeah,
but I get
what he taught you then.
Why he's where he is. He pays special attention to detail. He don't go for the first thing that come up. He really, everything was just so. If I had to really just zero down on the experience where the producer was literally sitting right here while I was trying to write or do my song, it would be Dr. Dre, and I wouldn't want it to be nobody else because that's the experience. I needed that experience. That was something on my bucket list. So,
have you ever been around, because you from the A, on the studio with Andre 3000?
Yes. He came to one of my sessions one time. Ye came to town, to street, and then Ye came, and Big Boy came, Bentley came, and Sahai came, and 3K came, and we just had a auxiliary chord night. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I found out that my song "Watch Out" was a single or a hit, because it was like when I was playing my song, they were like, "What's this?" And it was from that thing. But yeah, I've been in the studio with him, and he kind of got in the corner and let you know what he was fucking with, like, and wouldn't react if he wasn't fucking with it. But he's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, everybody say Stax is like that guy.
Nah, man, he's somebody I just learned from. Just coming up, he was representing the South Side. He was being unique. He didn't care what people said about him. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Minus yourself, who's the top 5 Atlanta artists of all time?
Minus myself.
Because we.
Yeah. Minus myself, we definitely got Andre 3K.
Mm-hmm.
Of all time, we got Andre.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Tip, Jeezy, Future, and Gucci.
That's a hell of a starting 5. Yeah, who get left out a lot though? Who? Because we always ask Atlanta artists that. Jermaine Dupri get left out a lot.
Well, he's not a rapper.
He's a producer.
Yeah, but he did a lot for it. He had albums out too. He had records out and shit.
Big shit
fuck
out.
You talking about?
He a producer.
No, be a producer though.
But it seemed like one thing I noticed about Atlanta, when me always looking at hip hop as a whole, Atlanta always come with the package of you'll have one artist, but it seemed like they always put somebody on. Right? If it's 21 Thug. They always got somebody around them that's coming out. There's a branch. They always creating branches. They create a tree. It ain't like you never see somebody where it's though Atlanta, where it's just even down to Pee Wee, he got his own thing. No matter. It's like everybody got them, but they got people that they pushing too. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it strong, I believe. And I believe in Atlanta, somebody said something, we was talking about different cities and why different cities don't flourish like Atlanta. And I was telling somebody, I said, Atlanta was just like every other city, poverty-stricken, it was the ghetto. But what happened is, once you start getting a bunch of people that's moving, you got to understand, if you're in a city and you got 5 people booming, now it's to the kids and the other people, they inspired to really turn up in music, because I see you with a Track Hawk. I see Gil in a Wraith. I see this boy in a Lambo. Yeah. And it turns the city up. And it make people, and that's what Atlanta do, because when you go to Atlanta, that was the first place I went to when I came home from prison. I went to Atlanta, I was down there. And I lost my fucking mind when I seen all them black people driving Lamborghinis. I thought that shit only happened on Rodeo Drive, some fucking with white folks. Because I never been, I was in jail all this time. Yeah. So I'm at Lennox, I'm like, hold up. How the fuck 3 black people just get out of these fucking cars? Like, what's going on?
I can attest that. I think that, I know, that came from BMF though.
Yeah.
Because when they came to the city, that's how they was moving. And it inspired just generations and people just after them. That's where you first saw, 10 Lamborghinis out of one crew. You know what I'm saying? That's when you started. I think that's when people started wanting crews. You know what I'm saying? And wanting everybody to look
be on.
Yeah, you know, whether it was conscious or unconsciously, that's how they move. You know, everybody on the same T-shirt. They got the same promotional towel. They ain't nobody. Everybody, you know, riding a certain way. So I remember visually seeing this. I remember them. You know, I remember me because I had. Okay, so what happened was where I'm from, we had money, but we wouldn't spend it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Just had
hold on to that shit.
You just had money, so like might have a nice car, but don't drive it until like
the weekend.
Yeah, something going on. Get it. You riding in the. You got nice clothes, but you don't put on no clothes during the week. You trying to look dressed down. You know what I'm saying? And then when they came, they kind of like.
Every day.
Kind of set the bar to where like, damn, at least I got to put some clothes on. Like, damn, I got to drive this car every day now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get another car.
I got to get another. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's kind of, I think they set it up, you know, early 2000s, you know, 04, 05.
You're not lying, because I was down there during those times, and I'm going to keep it real. You know, I knew and seen street niggas all across America. I ain't never seen no niggas do it like them. I'm just keeping it real, man. Them niggas threw so much money in the club one night, I was like, these niggas is going to jail just for tax evasion. Just like you standing over there and you like, these niggas is, if the people's in here, these niggas is going down for taxes.
Yeah.
How much fucking money y'all threw in here tonight?
Art imitates life. I mean, you hear it all the time. And a lot of that was a lot of those images that people saw with like Make It Rain. You know, that came from them.
Yes, it did.
Them boys buy all the ones out the club. I remember getting some ones from can't think her name, but it was one of like Meech's like little homegirls or whatever. But she would have like a trash bag of one, and I remember like going to her while they standing on stage and like. I mean, all that standing on the table, smoking in the club you weren't able to do that until they
BMF.
did it and bucked on the, because security used to go around like, give me $20 or put you out. You know what I mean? That was they hustle. And then you could be like, man, you ain't saying nothing to them, pussy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Started getting secured up. Then standing on like chairs was never like I mean, all this stuff I'm talking about now sounds super normal. I know it do, but like standing on furniture was like. Chairs was made to be sent. So when you see people come in, stand on sofa, we used to be like, man, what the hell? Like, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. So it was a lot of things, just small things that got injected from the culture when the way Meech them was moving.
Absolutely. Them niggas was moving heavy.
Heavy.
So, man, you got the album, man. Let's talk about the album, man.
Let's talk about the album. Dope
Don't Sell Itself.
Out now.
Dope Don't Sell Itself.
Yeah, man. He listen, man. Tell us everybody you got on the album.
I have everybody from, Lil Baby. First of all, I'm fans of all these people, so it's the project I did with the younger artists that's in that space. You know what I'm saying? That I appreciate. You know, Moneybagg, Roddy, Dirk, Sway Lee, my artist Sleepy Rose, Jacquees, Young Boy on there. I got Stove God Cooks on there. I got Samba. Miss 12.
Simba, our guy. He got Simba on there. Yes, sir. He got Simba on there. That's my fucking nigga. Yo, and I heard him on for West Side shit. I just thought that was just like a crazy name. Stove God Cook. I just love that name, man.
He's dope.
That fucking name and his bar, he's just something special. I love him.
I like the guy too, man. Yeah. Like I've been on this project is one of those things where it's probably gonna be a little discovery on here, but it's also a situation where it's the first time you hear these type of collaborations. I'm somebody that works with everybody in the industry, or so you thought. And these people right here, I hadn't really worked with them. So it's like, our voices to me are like instruments. So it's different little, sonics on there where you got these, me and Roddy on a song, or, me and Dirk
I know
on
that
a song.
motherfucker going.
Yeah, or me and Dirk on a song. It just sonically sounds different. And it's pleasing. I'm not trying to stretch out. I'm still in my lane.
Yup, he ain't forcing nothing.
Yeah, man, in the word, that old, it's just coming good. It's coming together good because really a lot of these young cats, they been grown. They slick OGs. Like when you 26, 27, from where a lot of these, players coming from, man, they been taking care of themselves when they was 15, 16.
Looking out for their mamas.
Yeah. So like I know how I used to think at 15, 16, like by the time I was 17, I was for sure a grown man. I had done been to jail. I done stuff that you couldn't tell me I wasn't
A grown
like an
ass
adult.
man.
Yeah, so I already know how they thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's just an age thing, but for real, they've been handling their business. They've been able to, you learn how to buy a car or get a place to stay. Like all that is part of growing up.
Mm-hmm. Man, the album is out right now.
Make sure you get it, man.
Man, go get that motherfucker. Go stream it. Go buy it. Go
Dope
download
don't sell
it.
itself, baby.
You hear me?
Make sure you stream.
Ain't gonna sell itself.
Stream that motherfucker. Hey, listen, man. What you got? What videos coming next?
Oh man, I
gotta shoot a video with Dirk.
Yeah, I did. Shot the video
you gotta
with
shoot
Dirk.
the video with Dirk.
Yes, sir.
I shot the video
My
with
fucking
Dirk.
youngin.
Yeah. No, I like Dirk. He really in his bag right
Yes,
now.
he
in
is.
his bag right now.
And it's
man.
good to see somebody like that to get another chance too,
Yeah.
because we saw him, and then you just kind of growing like,
Yeah.
and it just shows persistent. Like you don't give up, and you don't believe what nobody tell you.
Yeah, don't
And
believe
then,
that
like
shit.
what you said. Like if you got a vision for yourself, I think you just gotta see it through. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody know what's going on.
Absolutely.
You don't.
When I told motherfuckers I was about to say, man, I'm about to start giving out some game, you know what I mean? They was like, what you mean? I'm like, give some game to the youth, and then at the end, I'm going to be like, right. All my homies was like,
Nah.
I got to really see it to understand what you talking about, because I don't really understand it. Then I said, all right,
Fuck
cool.
out of here.
Let me give y'all young niggas $1 million worth of game real quick. Hey, nigga, stop chasing bitches and chase money, because when you got money, bitches chase you, nigga. Right? Oh, yeah, I understand now.
Yeah,
okay,
nigga.
yeah. So I could have easily been deterred. Like, you know what? Oh, yeah, y'all right. No, nigga, y'all don't see the vision that I see through my eyes, nigga. And look, I told them niggas that back in 2011. It's 2021, nigga. $1 million worth of game, nigga, paying us off.
Yeah, it's paying and don't play with you. You had a crazy pen too. Don't play. I don't think.
Stop, don't hype that nigga about that nigga.
He did.
I was writing this shit, Chainz.
Nah,
Don't do that.
He did. Nah,
sending
Gilly
this
had
shit from the
had
joint.
a pen. Like, let me tell you something about people I know who got a good pen. When I look at them, you can see it's their personality,
Body language.
You know what I'm saying? They personality. You know what I'm saying? Their personality, I think, where they come from, they sense of humor, all this stuff go into like making a real decent MC. You know what I'm saying? Real decent MC, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Your upbringing, like all that. So
all of that shit.
I mean, you can do that now. You can just really learn. You can go to YouTube and really just like learn how to do
how to be a street nigga 101.
Yeah, you could probably just do that. I'm sure you can Google. I'm sure you can Google how to be a street nigga, and that shit'll come up.
Yes,
man, Google that shit so it can be in your cache or cliche. Google that shit so it can
how to be a street nigga
so it can
101.
fuck with your algorithm and start sending you all this, like how to be a street.
Let me see if it pop up. How to be a street.
It better not pop up.
How to be.
That shit better not pop up, man. Anyway, it probably got.
Oh no, Gucci Man street nigga popped up though. So
Oh,
Gucci Man is the definition of how to be a street nigga.
Yeah, that shit popped up.
Gucci shit popped right up. He right there with the syrup belly and shit from back in the day. Shout out to Gucci Man doing this thing too, man.
Gucci killing him.
Yeah,
Everybody killing him, but it's like, man,
Listen, man, we had 2 Chainz in this motherfucker. Dope don't sell itself out now. Go stream that motherfucker. Hey, listen, man, we just want to give you your flowers just for longevity, man. Being able to reinvent yourself and just being a nigga that just come from nothing and turning into something, man. We salute you for that shit, man. Real talk.
Appreciate you.
What you putting on?
go ahead, you gotta give it to him, Chainz. Come on, let's get him. Let's go.
Sides on the jet.
You know what that means?
Yeah,
about a death.
I step in death jam,
Bigger than
like
about the shit.
Yeah.
Tell them give me 50
Yeah.
million, I'ma quit. Most rappers
Yeah. I don't hear me.
ain't at my
Y'all hear me?
base
I don't hear
level.
me.
Turn up the bass.
Yeah.
Up in your face level. Don't do no press, but I get the most press, kid. Plus, show my bitch make your bitch look
Yeah.
like precious. Something about Mary, she gone off that Molly.
Yeah.
Now the whole
I don't hear me.
party is melting like Dolly.
don't need to hear me, though.
Everybody is moving they body. Don't sell me apartments, I move in the lobby.
Yeah.
Niggas is loyal and just just to feel important. You gon' see
Here go.
lawyers
Here
and
go.
niggas
Here
in
go.
jail.
Okay, now catch up to my campaign. Cool the color of mayonnaise. I'm drunk and high at the same time, drinking champagne on the airplane. Spit rounds like a gun range, beat it up like Rampage. 100 bands, put your girl in there. Yo, girl need a band-aid. Grade A, A1, chain the color of Akon. Black diamonds, backpack rhyming. Co-signing by Louis Vuitton. Horsepower, horsepower. All this polo on, I got horsepower. A pound this costs 4,000. I make a range for one more shower. Rain, pouring. All my cars that's foreign. All my bras is foreign. Money tall like Jordan. Yeah.
Listen, but hold up. He said something important, man. That was some good shit. He said pound of this costs 4,000.
Yeah, and the shit y'all smoking in Atlanta costs $2,200, and it's just like that.
Right.